So next up, we got slay the princess. Let's see what this is about. Fun game. I'm assuming I have to slay a princess. She looks so sad. Why are we gonna kill her? I'm sure she's probably evil, or there's some kind of twist here. Oh yeah. Let's full screen it. Absolutely. There we go. That's better. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Gotta slay her. Can I?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No.
There won't be a dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever.
That's fine too.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, why can't the voice slay her?
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
Okay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Fortunately, she's only a princess, whereas you are a valiant and talented warrior. It'll be easy, so long as you stay focused. We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Very well.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I got a stabber.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Maybe.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Gonna eat me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it. You're only making this more difficult.
It's like a Venus flytrap.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make
I
your
don't
way
trust
into the
her.
closet, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
The big setup.
Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Who's they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Wow. Didn't see this coming. Just took a turn.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's just see. I have a feeling it's some kind of like vampire or something.
Fine.
See what happens.
Against your better judgment,
Chop her fucking arm.
against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She clutches the wound, softly smiling as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, you won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
They really want me to slay her.
Stop that.
Oh, I thought this was all a little too easy.
I'm probably gonna get eaten.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges. Wait, she dodges? Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
I'm sorry. I can see you're doing your best to resist what's happening to you. I'll try and make this quick.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. You feel her claws on your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the dark.
Damn.
Stained red as your blood seeps into the fabric. When she manages to escape from this place and bring ruin to the world, know that it was all your fault. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
What?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Like some kind of loop you're stuck
He
in.
doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. Oh, is there another one of us in here? Help her? Need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is? I told you about the stakes. Sure, and all of us in here definitely believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay focused on the task at hand. Such magnificent gusto. We'll all be in the clear in no time. I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in. Did you just say the word wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
Yeah.
Ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Gotta slay the princess.
The interior of the carriage is almost entire. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks. Her voice carries soft.
Hello?
It's even more Is it more hypnotizing than before, or is that? I think we're in love. For everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just don't let her charm you. It's all part of the minute. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist. She's still so beautiful. And she has both of her arms. It must have, because she's different. Can't you tell?
You. I remember you. You're going to help me get out of here, right?
Walking.
Wait, what? Huh? Let's... Yeah. Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. The door, her voice.
Hello?
Is it more? I think for everyone's sake, you're not in love. She.
Oh, wait a minute.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here. That's the spirit.
Let's go.
Away up a warning. She will laugh. We're not going to ignore. The interior blade. You take the door. Her voice.
Who's there?
It's commanded. Don't let it fool you. It's all part. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something? How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood
That's different.
is very becoming of us. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. I'm positive. I'm not. Keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating. Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Is it different?
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Probably gonna get me killed again.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish. I assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
Maybe.
Did they even bother to tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? Because that just doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd be capable of. I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're asking.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Look, at the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or any other number of good things that I'm sure you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So, do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me.
She's just gonna
Walk up
kill
the
me
stairs,
again.
Binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of this is someone.
She gonna chew her arm off again.
This would have been so much easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked the knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see that razor sharpness in her gaze? I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed and there's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again, each blow stronger than the last, shattering bone and rupturing tissue with reckless abandon. Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes. We can still turn this around. You steel your resolve and take another step towards the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What was that about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun. You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Oh no.
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words.
What is this?
But you don't have the time to worry over her words. Everything goes black, and you die. You're on a path, you're here. I have one she will. It's not. I must ignore.
Is it different now?
The door, her fear.
Who's there?
Somehow even. Don't let it into. You're playing a dangerous. Why? You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her. Is it just me, or is she bigger than last time? I told you. It's point.
I was wondering when I might have company. Free me from my bindings, and maybe I'll let you live for a while.
Hmm. This is pretty interesting.
You're here. Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your warn. She will. We're not going to ignore. The interior of the blade. You take the blade from the table. The door to the bed. Her voice.
Who's there?
It's commanding. Or don't let it fool you.
Oh? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You
Oh, it is.
and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something? Maybe because of the giant knife you're holding?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. The blade tumbled.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship. Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Okay.
she hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Due to the lack of detail, you can't trust her.
Hmm.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here. And if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she is. I'm sure of it. Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
Just how long has she been down here?
Did they even bother to tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? Because that just doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd be capable of.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests in mind. Hopefully sooner.
We'll see.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free. Fine. What do you want to know? Too long.
Again, she offers.
Oh. Have you decided what to do?
You know why you're here. That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. We can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
It's
You
fucking
have
evil.
to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
He's gonna attack me.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
She's not.
Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job. You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off. Your eyes.
You're gonna wake up and she's gonna be right there.
But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
That would be terrifying.
It's not like this little door will hold you very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
Doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar.
She got out.
Its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
See.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is.
It is.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The nightmare. Let's see what she looks like now.
You're here.
Blah, 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 blah. Nice.
She will. You should ignore. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only item of furniture is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get this.
Pristine
It's a pretty
blade
interesting game.
you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. No. The basement door. It isn't there anymore. She could be anywhere. It's just a frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. No, what did you do? This isn't how things are supposed to go. She's supposed to be an ordinary princess. Quick, the blade.
Go ahead and take your little toy. It won't do you any good.
Your legs go numb before you even have a chance to reach for the blade. You collapse to the floor as your lungs seize up, refusing to take in air. No, not again!
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I. I wonder how
Damn.
many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Everything goes dark, and you die. I'm sorry.
Nightmare. This is a interesting game.
You're here.
How did these do anything?
Serious? suppose you just... Good. What we're being asked to do, ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined... Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one... There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever... And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of...
There's cabins everywhere.
Through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Everyone's dead.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her. What are you talking about? Those walls have always been there. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, if he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe... Yeah, screw this guy. They might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but if by ruining my day, you mean ruining... Still, the world really did end last time. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stop.
No escape.
I have one last... She will love... Maybe she... Ignore them. The interior of the blade... If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife? I, for one, would rather have it. We don't... I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. You take the blade... door to the basement, her voice carries up the stairs, its multi-tonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hello. Is someone there?
Yeah, I'd run.
This isn't what I expected her to sound like. What?
Some kind of monster.
I think we'd all like to know. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view.
She's fine.
She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other. The loose skin of her face stretches into something resembling a smile. Good Lord. Something in her neck bulges, roiling under her skin as she starts to speak, her voice pouring out between her closed teeth.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I had a friend.
Wow. Is there any way to, like, not have her turn into a demon? And have this scary voice? Okay.
You're here.
Let's see if we can actually get her out.
You make your warning. She will. We're not going to ignore. The interior of the blade. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Don't let it.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and she's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. Do you think...
Let's just blindly.
It's more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making... No. You're doing the right. You walk up to the chains. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful. Whoever locked the prince...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about you attempted to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else here? You make your way to the... Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates.
Oh no.
She rips her flesh with the blue. Or you won't. Without hesitation, the wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Oh no.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see that razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
She is still chained
It's
up.
about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around. You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't excuse me? What's this about not? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling our friend apart? You take another step forward, and the two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the prince...
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room stops. You've paid a terrible price.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
Damn.
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes, but you don't have the time left to worry about such things.
Princess the Beast.
Your honor, you're here. such mag. I have. She will easily ignore him.
Well, let's see.
The interior of the blade is your implement. Yes. The door to the air, she growled.
I can smell you.
It isn't hypnotizing anymore. It's almost feral. You're playing a dangerous game by coming down here, you absolute fool. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final
She's
step,
like a cat.
the princess comes into view, a large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
You're the reason I'm still down here. Fiend, monster, betrayer. Nothing will get between my teeth and your throat.
Okay, there has to be a way to get her out without her turning into a monster. Let's see.
You're here.
Alrighty.
Are you sick? Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap within each and every one of us. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. We're not gonna ignore him.
Yeah. Let's see now.
The blade is
Oh. So it seems like if I don't take the blade,
the door to her voice.
Who's there?
It's commanding. Don't let it fool you.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something?
no.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a lot. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what
Okay, so we drop the knife.
blade tumbles.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your will be fine. We don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship. Not to make things even more awkward, but do you know why you're here to kill me?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't remember much about it, to be honest.
Just how long has she been down?
She's manipulating.
Did they even bother to tell you how I'm supposed...
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think what I do really matters. Look, at the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be...
She has a point.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life and
No,
you
she
don't
just-
really know me.
She's right about one thing.
Like I said, it's all about trust.
For
So,
this part
do
already.
you trust me, the prisoner?
She's wrong. She hesitates before.
You can address me as your royal highness.
Again,
too long.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here. Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes. She isn't suggesting what she is. I'm sure
Oh, have you decided?
you know why. That seems like a pretty good goal. Leaving her alive is too.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make. Oh, for the love of.
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
You're making a huge
She's
mistake.
probably gonna kill me again.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out. Someone else. Your shouts and you're here. You try to. I'll repeat myself once again. You make your way back to the bottom of the stair. Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. Get the knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay.
Against your better judgment, you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, she didn't so much as utter a sound. The princess clutches the wound, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just watch me. Stop that.
Oh. I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back. But stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying. Thank you. You swing your arm towards her throat, the blade singing through the air. But she's ready for it.
Oh,
She grabs your arm, her
shit.
grip like a stone vice. You drop the blade, pathetically. She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker. There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now. Adrenaline coursing through your system and you fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere in...
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this. I'm sorry, but everything goes dark. And
What do you... No, I already saw the fury.
you're here.
Damn.
Seriously? Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path. That's... That's great to hear. As long as I have she is on
I think this might be it.
the cabin, the blade. You take the door. Her
Who's the...
somehow even fear. Don't let it. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the... Is it just me? I told you.
I was wondering when I might have company.
Hmm.
Your Honor, you're here. Does it? I'm talking... Then I guess within... So sure, go, talk to her. See, you make your... We're not gonna ignore...
Like how?
The interior blade is your... The door to her voice
Hello?
is... Don't...
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me?
I see.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to... I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your... You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the prince. They're large and heavy. Far too soft.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful. Whoever locked...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with all... If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd attempt to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else...
So those don't do anything.
You tried the door. You make your... Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look,
I heard the door slam.
there's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could...
She barely hesitates before raising as she rips her flesh from... It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a... Or we could use it to free. You won't like what... Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the rack. You cut into her. The blade is sharp. She didn't know. She clutches the wound. How would...
Thank you.
No. We won't have any of us. The prince... Wait. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Oh.
Your body lunges forward. The blade held low, but the princess dodged. Stop it. The blade!
I'm sorry. I can see you're doing your best to resist what's happening.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity. You collapse to the... When she... As much... Your honor... You're a terrible... If he... Such magnificent gusto.
Damn.
We'll all be in the clear in... I have one last warning.
I don't know. I think that's it, man. I guess we'll do a little bit after death now. But yeah, interesting game. Like it. This is Slay the Princess. What a fun game.